Well, we can cross live to speak to Orla Shenaway, who's in Rio. Orla, you heard the explosion. What more do we know about the incident?
Yes, this took place just about 2 hours before the men's road race finished on Copacabana Beach. It was all very calm, very quiet, and suddenly we heard a loud explosion. There wasn't too much panic, although a flurry of activity. Our camera crew were on the site very quickly indeed. You saw some of the pictures that they took. We had a bomb disposal unit on site, and this fully suited and booted bomb disposal expert who had been called in to defuse the situation and explode what we understand to have been a suspect package. So no panic really on site, but certainly not good on the first day of the Olympic Games. And as you say, this took place at the same time as we understand that a bullet was fired into the media centre at the equestrian venue. Initial reports seem to suggest that it was a military bullet that had gone astray somehow, but it landed on the desk of some freelance journalists who were working at the equestrian events. We managed to catch up with one of them a little bit earlier.
It was about 1:15, and I was just sitting at my laptop, editing images from this morning, and there was just a bang right behind us. And at first I just thought, maybe a light fitting had come down, or somebody had, dropped some photography equipment or something, like all the usual kind of things that happen in a press room. And looked around and just then saw just on the ground, just behind where I'd been sitting, was a bullet. And up above in the fabric roof of the media centre there was a bullet hole with sunlight streaming in. I was about maybe 10 feet away from where it landed, just behind me. I wouldn't want to be any closer. I'd much rather be a lot further away. But as you say, it's coming through a roof. It doesn't choose itself where it's going to land. It's just lucky that it's coming on an area where there wasn't a desk, there wasn't anybody sitting around. There are hundreds of people in that press room. It could have come anywhere through that, and it genuinely is just luck that no one's been injured or worse.
And there's a fresh doping story tonight, Orla. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, I'm afraid another day, another doping story. Tonight we understand that Kenyan athletics are investigating claims that the head of their Olympic track and field team asked for money in return for an advance warning about doping tests. Now, the Kenyan authorities say that these are serious allegations, as indeed they are. They admit they cannot be swept under the carpet, and they're currently considering whether or not to pass this matter on to the police. Now, if you cast your mind back to before these games got underway, there was quite a cloud hanging over Kenya as well as Russia. There was some suggestion that possibly Kenyan athletes could find themselves suspended from these games as well. That did not happen. It did not go as far as it did with the Russian situation, but this is not good. Heading into day 2 of the Olympic Games, more doping allegations, this time against the Kenyans, and they are allegations they say they're taking very seriously indeed.
There were reports as well, Orla, that Geraint Thomas was taken to hospital after his crash. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I'm pleased to say that Geraint Thomas is okay. There were reports, as you say, that he was taken to hospital, that he needed treatment for his wounds. He crashed, of course, on the final descent, rather ugly crash. We understand he lost a lot of skin, but other than that, nothing serious. Chris Froome, as well, we understand, is in good form this evening. Their head coach, Rod Ellingworth, told us that he's happy with how Team GB raced, even if they didn't get a medal. But Froome has to get his head down now and concentrate on the time trial, which is taking place in a couple of days' time. But certainly from here at the Olympic Park, we could be getting some medals in the swimming tonight. You mentioned Adam PJ. He's already broken a world record. We could be getting our first GB medals from the Olympic Park this evening. Here's hoping.